If your legs feel heavy by the end of the day, if your ankles swell after sitting, if your feet get cold, if you see sock marks that look deeper than they should, or if your calves cramp when you walk, this video is for you. After 60, poor circulation can make you feel older than you are. It steals comfort. It steals confidence. It can even make simple things, like walking to the kitchen or standing in line, feel like a chore. But here's the good news, there's one simple exercise that can help almost everyone improve blood flow in the legs, because it activates what many clinicians call your calf pump. And your calf pump matters so much that some people call it your second heart. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do this one exercise in the safest way, how to do it seated or standing, how long it takes, how often you should do it, and how to tell if your circulation problem is more vein-related or artery-related, because the strategy is slightly different. Stay with me, because near the end I'll also share the biggest mistakes seniors make when doing this exercise, mistakes that can waste your effort, and the most important red flag symptoms you should never ignore. Why circulation gets worse after 60, in simple words. Let's keep this simple and practical. Your blood has to travel down into your legs, and then travel back up to your heart. Going down is easier because your heart pushes blood forward. Coming back up is harder because gravity is working against you. So your body uses a clever system. Valves inside your veins help prevent blood from falling backward, and your leg muscles squeeze the veins to push blood upward like a pump. The most important muscle group for this is the calf. When you walk, your calves squeeze and relax over and over. That repeated squeezing is like a natural massage for your veins. It helps blood return to the heart. It also helps prevent that pooling feeling in the lower legs. But after 60, a few common changes can reduce this pumping action. You sit more. You move less. You take shorter steps. You spend more time standing still. Your calf muscles can get weaker over time. Your ankle mobility can get stiffer. And if you have extra weight, diabetes, or a long history of smoking, blood flow can be affected even more. So the main idea is this: when the calf pump isn't doing its job well, blood and fluid can hang out in the lower legs longer than you want. That can lead to swelling, heaviness, tightness, aching, and sometimes visible veins. Now, not all circulation problems are the same. Some are mainly vein problems. Some are mainly artery problems. And some are a mix. Vein-related issues often feel like heaviness, swelling that's worse at the end of the day, aching, restless legs, or visible varicose veins. Artery-related problems often show up as cramping or pain when you walk that improves when you rest, especially in the calves. Some people also notice slower healing in the feet or a colder foot. Either way, your calves still matter. And the exercise you're about to learn is safe, simple, and useful for most seniors because it gets your legs moving and turns on the muscle pump. The one exercise, the calf pump, your circulation switch. Here it is. The exercise is called the calf pump, and it has two versions that are really the same movement pattern. One version is seated, and it uses ankle pumps. The other version is standing, and it uses heel raises. Both versions do the same thing. They repeatedly contract and relax the muscles that help move blood upward through the legs. Think of your calf muscle as a sponge around a tube. When you squeeze the sponge, fluid moves. When you release the sponge, it refills. Repeating that squeeze and release cycle helps circulation. Now I want you to remember one sentence. Your goal is not speed. Your goal is a strong, controlled squeeze, then a full release, repeated consistently. That's the secret. How to do the calf pump, seated version, safest for most seniors. If you have balance issues, dizziness, neuropathy, or you're simply not confident standing, start seated. The seated version is still powerful, especially if you do it correctly. Sit on a sturdy chair. Place your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Keep your knees bent around a right angle. Not too tucked under, not stretched too far out. Sit tall, relax your shoulders, and breathe normally. Now do this slow, controlled motion. Lift your toes up toward your face. You'll feel the front of your shin engage. Then press your toes down as if you're gently stepping on a gas pedal. you'll feel your calf tighten. That is one cycle. Now repeat it in a smooth rhythm, like a calm wave, toes up, toes down, toes up, toes down. As you do it, pay attention to your calf. You want to feel it working, but you do not want pain. Mild fatigue is normal. Sharp pain is not. If your feet are stiff, the motion might look small at first. That's okay. Your range of motion will improve with consistency. A great beginner routine is this. Do the movement for about 20 to 30 seconds. Rest for 10 seconds. Do another 20 to 30 seconds. Rest again. Then do one more round. That gives you about 1 to 2 minutes total, broken into small pieces. For many seniors, this is the perfect starting point. Now here's a key educational tip. If you want a stronger pump while seated, try pressing the ball of your foot into the floor a little more when your toes go down. Not so hard that you cramp, just enough to feel your calf tighten and release. You're training your pump. How to do the calf pump, standing version, strongest activation. Once you feel steady and confident, the standing version is the upgrade. It's the same pump, just stronger. Stand behind a chair, countertop, or railing. Place both hands lightly on the support in front of you. This is not a balance contest. Safety is the priority. Feet hip-width apart. Now slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising onto the balls of your feet. Pause at the top for 1 second. Feel your calves squeeze. Then slowly lower your heels back down. That's 1 repetition. The biggest mistake here is bouncing. Don't bounce. Bouncing can irritate the Achilles tendon or strain the calf. Instead, make it slow and controlled. A beginner set might be: do 8 repetitions. Rest for 20 to 30 seconds. Do another 8 repetitions. If you can do 12 repetitions comfortably, great. But more is not always better. Better is better. Slow, controlled heel raises build the calf pump and strengthen the muscles that support venous return. The 60-second circulation reset, simple daily routine. Now let's make this practical. Most people don't need a complicated plan. They need a routine that's easy enough to do every day. Here's a routine I recommend for many seniors. Do 60 seconds of calf pumps in the morning. Do 60 seconds midday. Do 60 seconds in the evening. That's it. This routine is short enough to stick to, and frequent enough to give your legs repeated signals throughout the day. Why does frequency matter? Because circulation is not a once-a-week system. It's an all-day system. If you do the exercise only once, you'll feel some relief, but it won't change your baseline. If you do it multiple times a day, your legs stay more active, fluid tends to pool less, and over time your calf muscles become stronger and more responsive. And that can translate into lighter legs and better comfort when walking. How to know what type of circulation problem you likely have. This is educational, not diagnostic, but it will help you think clearly. If your biggest issue is swelling, heaviness, ankle puffiness, tight sock marks, or aching that's worse at the end of the day and better when you elevate your legs, that often points toward a vein and fluid return issue. In that case, the calf pump is exactly what you want because it helps move blood upward and reduces standing still effects. If your biggest issue is calf pain or cramping that shows up while walking, especially after a predictable distance, and improves with rest, that can be a sign of reduced artery blood flow to the muscles. In that case, the calf pump can still help you stay active and support movement, but the long-term strategy often includes structured walking and professional evaluation. Here's the key. If walking reliably triggers pain, don't ignore it. Talk to a clinician, especially if you also have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a smoking history. Because sometimes the legs are the first place reduced blood flow shows up. But here's what I want you to hear. Even if you're not sure what type you have, this one exercise is a safe starting point for most people, especially the seated version. Progressions: how to level up without overdoing it. Many seniors quit because they do too much too soon, then they get sore, then they stop. Let's do it intelligently. If you're starting from 0, do the seated version for 60 seconds, once or twice a day. After 3 to 5 days, move to 60 seconds, 3 times a day. After a week, start adding a few standing heel raises, only if you feel steady. Here's a very safe progression. Week 1. Seated calf pump, 60 seconds, 2 to 3 times/day. Week 2. Seated calf pump, 60 seconds, 3 times/day. Add standing heel raises, 6 reps, once/day, holding support. Week 3. Standing heel raises, 8 to 12 reps, once/day. Keep seated calf pump, 60 seconds midday or evening. Week 4. Standing heel raises, 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps, once/day. Seated calf pump, 60 seconds, once/day. This progression strengthens the calf muscles, improves ankle mobility, and increases circulation support over time without overwhelming your tissues. And if any week feels too hard, stay on the previous week. Progress is not a race. The big mistakes that waste results. If you do this exercise and you feel no difference after a week, it's often because of these mistakes. Going too fast. Fast flapping feet looks like exercise, but if the muscles aren't truly contracting and relaxing, you're not getting the full pump effect. Slow down. Holding your breath. When you hold your breath, your body tenses. Tension can reduce the smooth flow you want. Breathe normally. Keep your face relaxed. Sitting with poor alignment. If your feet are tucked under the chair or your knees are at a strange angle, your ankles don't move freely. Adjust your feet so your ankles can bend. Doing it once a day and expecting miracles. Circulation improves with repeated movement breaks. Short sessions multiple times a day usually beat one long session. Standing still for long periods, then trying to fix it later. If you stand still for 40 minutes, fluid pools. Don't wait. Do small pumps throughout the day, especially after sitting. Bouncing heel raises. Bouncing can irritate joints and tendons. Control wins. Safety, when you should stop and seek help. This section is important. Stop and seek urgent medical care if you have sudden swelling in one leg, especially if it's warm, red, and painful. Sudden shortness of breath or chest pain. A foot that becomes suddenly cold, pale, numb, or severely painful. Those can be red flag signs and should be evaluated quickly. Also be cautious and talk with a clinician before starting new routines if you have a history of blood clots. Severe neuropathy with poor sensation. Severe heart failure. Recent major surgery. Severe balance problems or frequent falls. And I'll add one more: if you feel sharp pain in the calf or Achilles during standing heel raises, stop and return to the seated version. There is no shame in seated. Seated is smart. Make the one exercise work even better without adding complexity. I promised one exercise, and we're keeping that promise. But you can make this one exercise more effective by doing it at the right moments. Do your calf pump right after you wake up, before your day starts. After sitting for 30 to 60 minutes. After a long car ride. Before and after walking. Before bed if your legs feel heavy. And here's a simple technique. While seated, do 20 seconds of pumps, then stand up and walk 20 steps, then sit and do another 20 seconds. This sequence gives your body movement plus pump plus movement. It's a powerful combination for seniors who are trying to feel lighter and steadier. The walking connection, especially if you have cramps with walking. Let's talk about walking in a calm, educational way. If your legs cramp when you walk, your body might be telling you the muscles aren't receiving enough blood flow for that activity level. That doesn't mean you should avoid walking forever. Often, it means you should walk in smarter intervals. A common interval approach is: walk until discomfort begins. Slow down or rest until it eases. Then walk again. Over time, many people build tolerance. Now, this is not a substitute for medical care. If you have predictable pain with walking, it's worth getting checked. But in general, gentle walking and the calf pump work well together because walking strengthens the pump and improves overall conditioning. The calf pump helps you move blood upward and may reduce heaviness. So I recommend this simple combination. Calf pump for 60 seconds. Then a short walk, just 3 to 10 minutes. Then calf pump again. It's like warming up and cooling down your circulation system. What results to expect? Real timeline, no hype. Let's be realistic. Some people feel a difference the same day, lighter legs or less tightness after sitting. Within 7 days, many notice improved comfort and less stiffness, especially if they do the routine 2 to 3 times a day. Within 2 to 4 weeks, you may notice better stamina for standing and walking, and your calves may feel stronger. Within 6 to 8 weeks, you may see more noticeable change in daily symptoms, especially if you pair the routine with short walking breaks and less long sitting. But the best result is this. You feel more independent. Because better leg comfort means you move more. And moving more improves health in almost every direction. Now I want you to do something simple with me. Right after this video ends, do 60 seconds of the calf pump, seated or standing, whichever is safest for you. Then do it again later today. Because after 60, the secret isn't intensity. It's consistency. If you want, comment below, I start today, and tell me your main symptom: swelling, heaviness, cold feet, cramps, or varicose veins. And if this video helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about, because strong circulation supports strong independence.